Good morning, YouTube. It's Rob here, and I thought I'd come to you this morning and talk about an old gun I just picked up recently. This is a Winchester Model 94 in 3030 Winchester. Serial number on this one dates it to 1972. So it's the gun's in fairly decent shape for its age. Most of the finish on the receiver is gone, but the rifle has good, honest wear. You can tell the gun's been used and hunted with and loved, and that's one of the things I like about it, is the fact that it's not a pristine gun. Somebody has used this gun, probably taken countless deer with it. The way I come about this is a friend of mine just recently purchased a CZ 452 22 long rifle, and he was needing some extra cash to buy a scope and such for his gun, and so he asked me if I was interested in this, and he gave it to me at a good price. So I picked it up. Like I said, the gun has considerable wear on it, but it's tight. The action of it is tight. I actually disassembled the entire rifle, with the exception of the barrel band. I couldn't get that to come off. I even ordered the original Winchester bit set to disassemble this, so I had all the right bits. And this gun is unloaded. It's not loaded. Ordered all the correct bits to take the gun apart and disassemble it, and from the looks of the inside of the receiver, it had never been disassembled since 1972. It was very dirty inside. I cleaned it all out, but the gun is, I'll get you a close up here. Somebody has at some point put a Packmeyer's butt pad on it, butt plate, recoil pad, and I tried to find an original to put back on it, and I actually ordered one off eBay, but it didn't fit because the screw hole on this one is further down. The one they sent me, the screw hole was up high, and I was afraid I could have made it work, but I was afraid of putting the screw too close to that upper edge that it would destroy my original stock. But as you can see, the original stock has some wear on it, but it's nice, honest wear. The forearm, the finish is gone. It's got some dings. It's wore off here from somebody holding it. Now, when my buddy got it, it had a fiber optic sight on it. He actually ordered this original front sight for it and put on it to put it. The goal is to originally put this gun back to a factory original. So if anybody knows where I can find an original butt plate that would fit this rifle, I would greatly appreciate it. But this is just an old classic rifle, and I was happy to add it to my collection. I have a 1972 3-screw Ruger, the 357 Magnum. So my Ruger 357 and this gun were produced in the same year. So that makes a pretty decent little hunting combo. I intend to use this in the fall to maybe try and take a deer with. Possibly let my daughter use it. She's 12 now, and I think she could handle the 3030 Winchester. But this is just a nice old gun that I enjoy the history of the 3030. I used them when I was a young man. My father had an old Winchester 3030 that he deer hunted with all the time. And back in the 60s, when I was a kid, this was still fairly high technology for then. I mean, you had old surplus Mausers, and yeah, you had Remington bolt actions and Winchester bolt actions, but in the part of the country I'm in was pretty rural, so you know, a lot of people were still using the old type firearms, uh, and I just grew up with this and the nostalgia of it, and I just thought that I had the opportunity to add this to my collection, and so I did. Um, this is one that I'll keep. It's just an awesome gun, and like I said, if anybody has an idea of what type of original butt plate would go on that, I'd be tickled to know, because I'd like to restore this. I'd like to take the Pacmar off and put the original butt plate on it. But that's just a quick look at a gun I just recently purchased. Like I said, I got the gun and 4 boxes of shells with it at a very reasonable price, so I can't complain about that. But if you have any experiences with the 30-30, or you've hunted with them in the past, actually the first deer I ever killed was a doe, and I killed it with the 30-30 Winchester. Shot it at 100 yards. So that was a long time ago. I was still a teenager. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you watching, and just thought I'd let you take a look at this old gun and share a little bit of the story about how I come to get it, and just take a look at it. And if you're like me on these old guns, when you hold them in your hand, you just think of all the people who've carried these through the woods, and how many deer have been killed with it, and the history behind it. And that's part of what I enjoy about firearms is the history of them. Even though I have a lot of new guns, you know, at some point in time, those new guns will be old guns, and there'll be a history behind them as well. You know, we are on this earth, we're just stewards of the things we have today. You know, this gun I'm holding today, hopefully 50 years from now, some other person will be holding this and thinking the same thing about it that I am. You know, who owned this, and how you know, did they love it, and was it their favorite gun? And you know, we just have these things on the earth for a short time. None of them actually belong to us. They'll all eventually go to somebody else and belong to somebody else. So enjoy them while you have them, and you know, and know that someday they'll probably be passed on to somebody else. Hopefully you can keep them in your families and your children and the such, but you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. So thanks for watching my video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And have a blessed day, and God bless everyone. And let's pray for our country right now, that we're going through a really bad time with all the stuff that's going on and all the craziness in the world. And let's ask the Lord to you know, look after us and get us through this as a nation. America's always been a strong nation of strong people, and we're being overtaken by the wrong types. So pray for our country, and let's hope that this whole craziness ends soon. But thanks for watching, and I know I ramble on sometimes. My wife tells me that in my videos that I ramble. So, but I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and we'll see you again on another video.